Hi, if you have just started using Notion and you want to have a quick overview of what Notion is exactly capable of, then this video will help you understand how you can use Notion in your everyday task. So as you can see, once you sign up inside Notion, you will get a workspace like this, where you will start with the Getting Started section. It gives you a list of certain information which will help you understand what Notion is capable of. But we will also take a complete walkthrough of what exactly you can do with Notion, and I'll help you understand of how you can start using this tool for your everyday use case. So the best way to define Notion is a combination of Google document as well as a Google Sheet. So you can add a database inside Notion. So if I put forward slash, I have a lot of options that are available inside this. And if I click on this database inline, it creates a database within this page. And it is also like a Google document where you can start typing information as you want. And it creates a combination of both a document as well as a Google Sheet. Now let us understand what you find inside this Notion workspace. So if you click on this hamburger icon, it will open up this sidebar where you can see all the options which are available. You have the search option, you have the home option, meetings, where you can create meetings from here. You have the Notion AI available as well, and then an inbox. But below this, you'd start to see all the pages that you can start adding for your use case. So if you click on this pencil icon over here, which says create a new page, if you click on this, it will instantly create a new page for your requirement where you can start defining the page as per your requirement, and you can start creating content inside this. So let's say I'm going to type in over here, day one learning Notion. So this is the title of my new page, and you can see it also populates this title on the left side. You have options of adding an icon. So if you click on this, you can choose an icon from this list, and you can define anything that you want to have. Okay. You also even have an option of adding a cover image. So if you click on add cover, it will automatically create an image for you. You can even click on change cover and define whatever cover image you want to put. You can even put comments inside this. Now, the moment you create this page, you can start adding content inside this page. So if I hit enter, it allows me to start adding the content over here. Now, the thing about Notion is that if you hit forward slash, it gives you a list of all the options that Notion is capable of, where you can define anything that you want to use this page with. So let's say I want to add a database over here. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply type out database, and it will show me options of adding a database over here. Now, adding a database helps you do calculations, and whatever information you put inside the database, you can store it like how you store it in a regular Excel file or a Google Sheet. So to illustrate how a database works, let's say I want to put a database inside this page that you see over here. So I will select database inline, which will create a database within the page. So you can see it has added this database within this page itself, and I can define the database name. So let's say this is database underscore day one. Okay. So there are certain properties which you can add in the database. So if you click on add property, it will show you all the different types of properties that you can add if you want to start using the database. So let me put a status property over here, and we have two properties available over here. And if I click on new page, it now allows me to enter any information over here where I can add details to the properties. So let's say this is day one, and if I click on new page once again, I can add more pages over here. Okay, the best part is once you add a particular page, if you click on open, it opens up the page inside this first property that you added. Okay, so I have already clicked on open. It opened up this sidebar where I can keep on adding more content inside the day one. So let's say this is the first page of my database. So if you closely observe, if I click on open, I have stored this content inside day one. Okay, so I can write anything that I want to have over here, and I can even put more databases and do more stuff that I want to have over here. So imagine this is a complete block of pages that have been added, and inside each page you can create multiple pages as well. Okay, so you can go to the day two as well, and you can even add more content over here. So let's say content added into this page as well. So as you keep on adding, it will keep on creating the content over here. These are like chapters of a book where you can keep adding different chapters, and for every chapter you can start adding the content inside its page as well. Okay. So besides this, if you want to convert this database to a full page database, so if I click on the six dots, I can see more options available over here. So let's say I do not want to use this kind of database. So let me delete this. What I want to do instead is I want to add a full database over here. So I'll just hit forward slash. And if I type out database, you have the option of using database full page. If you click on this, it instantly converts that page into a new database. And you can see how it has created this structure over here. We have the day one learning Notion page, and inside that we have the main database which has been added. Okay, so if I just click on that, you should be able to see the new database showing over here. If I click on this, it creates a new page altogether, which is the database page. Okay, so you can again create a database over here and you can keep adding the content as we just did right now. Okay, so this is kind of the navigation which it shows over here. Now, the basic essence of using Notion is that you can start to create content within a page, and you can start to create databases within a page to manage your entire workspace. So you can create any kind of trackers or any kind of CRMs. You can build task management system. You can build project management system. So basically you can manage every operation of your business within the Notion workspace itself. Okay, so in due course of time, I'll be putting more videos where I'll be explaining in detail of how you can start utilizing this entire workspace and create content for a use case. Just to showcase some more things, if you hit forward slash, you get all the options of putting divider, to-do list, any text block, heading blocks. So basic text editing options are all available over here. You can even insert images. Okay, you can add audio files, video files. So basically it allows you to do every sort of thing which you wish to add directly inside the page itself. Okay, so you can even create more columns, like you can create different columns over here and you can put content over there. Okay, so it's like an open book system where you can define your own structure. You can define how you want to put content, and it will allow you to do that. Okay, but the real power comes when you start exploring the databases and how we are going to connect one database with another database and play around the systems to build a complete ecosystem and a workspace around that. So stay tuned to the videos. I'll be explaining more in due course of time as we proceed, and I'll be helping to understand how we can create more databases and connect the same to create the output that we're looking out for. But to wrap up this video, I also want to highlight about a tool that is PDF Output. PDF Output helps you create PDF files directly from your Notion database with the help of a Google document. So let's say you have an invoice database which you have created. So let's say this is an invoice database where I've added certain information, like let's say I've added invoice number. So let's say this is the invoice number, and let's say this is the invoice amount. So I'm just going to put a wireframe information over here, and let's say this is invoice number one, and we have invoice number two, and so on. We have multiple invoices. Okay, so what this automation tool PDF Output does is it connects your database which you have on your Notion workspace. You need to define a document inside the tool, and once both the things are connected, it starts producing PDFs automatically and saves it directly within the database. So it will create PDF directly over here, which it will be storing in a file property, and you should be able to see PDF popping up over here one after the other as you keep on adding invoices in the database. So this automation helps you save a lot of time, as more the information that you add in the database, it automatically creates the PDF directly within the database for a reference. So make sure to check out PDF Output if you're looking to create PDFs from the Notion database using a Google document. And meanwhile, I'll be explaining more details in the videos to come, and I'll be